Now, why US consumer confidence has crashed despite Trump's claims of an economic boom? American confidence in the economy has fallen to its lowest level in more than a decade. The US Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index dropped sharply to 84.5 in January 2026, down from 94.2 in December. The reading is lower than even the depths seen during the COVID-19 pandemic and the weakest since May 2014, surprising economists and raising fresh concerns of a looming recession. Consumer confidence is closely watched because it reflects how households feel about their income, jobs, and spending power. These are all critical drivers of economic growth in the US. The most worrying signal come from expectations index, which measures short-term outlooks on income, business conditions, and employment. That gauge fell 9.5 points to 65.1, well below the threshold of 80 that historically signals a recession ahead. It has now remained under the level for 12 straight months, reinforcing concerns that pessimism is becoming entrenched. At the same time, consumers' assessment of their current economic situation also deteriorated sharply, dropping nearly 10 points to 113.7. I quote, confidence collapsed in January as consumer concerns about both the present situation and expectations for the future deepened. This is what Dana Peterson said, the chief economist at Conference Board. Survey responses show rising anxiety over inflation, particularly everyday expenses such as gasoline and groceries. Mentions of tariffs and trade policy surged, reflecting growing unease about the impact of Trump's aggressive import duties, which he has claimed will bring trillions of dollars. Consumers also increasingly cited politics, labor market uncertainty, healthcare costs, and war-related fears, highlighting how economic concerns are now intertwined with geopolitical and policy risks. Economists say that Trump's unpredictable tariff announcements, including high-profile Liberation Day tariff rollout earlier in 2025, have made both households and businesses cautious. This dampens confidence even as headline growth numbers remain positive. Confidence in labor market is also slipping. The share of Americans who believe jobs are plentiful fell to 23.9% in January, down from 27.5% a month earlier. Meanwhile, those saying jobs are hard to get rose to 20.8%. The US labor market is increasingly described as low hire, low fire. Employers are not laying off workers aggressively, but they are also reluctant to expand payrolls and amid trade and policy uncertainty. Overall, the US added only 584,000 jobs in 2025, a steep slowdown from more than 2 million jobs in 2024. The unemployment rate currently stands at 4.4%. This growth is without confidence. Ironically, the loss of confidence comes even as the US economy continues to grow in size. Strong consumer spending helped the economy expand at its fastest pace in 2 years between July and September, beating officials' projections. But economists warn that confidence about the future often shapes present behavior. If households pull back on spending and businesses delay hiring or investment, economic momentum could weaken quickly. In short, while Trump highlights growth figures and tariff revenues, Americans appear increasingly worried about where the economy is headed.